Okay, so I just recorded a video and accidentally closed the screen halfway through, which is really annoying. So to recap, I run a social group through a closed Facebook page for transgender people in Tasmania. Just because when I came out as trans, I didn't realize that there's a more of an official sort of gender group that happens once a month. So I just started like a social group. Found out about that anyway. So we've got about 60 people, and it's always been a really nice, positive place for sharing links, venting or being supportive of people, celebrating little achievements and things. It's always been really nice, and everyone's always acted really maturely. Even if there are some sort of younger people, they've still kept that. There's not been any sort of immature bullshit going on. And last week we had about 6 people join, and suddenly it's like all these feminist posts, like the whole world's out to get us, and like oh, people don't understand fem trans guys, and it's like, yeah, they do, whatever. Anyway, basically, it's a bunch of those sort of like 18, 19-year-old aged uni students who, they're the particular ones on Tumblr who always give a bad name to the trans community because they're always bitching about shit, which are non-issues, and they're just spamming it. And I was over at they've changed the whole feeling of the group, and it's annoying now. And I was over at the queer uni students Facebook page, and there was one of my friends from our group put a thing up asking because there were some gender neutral bathrooms and they found some handwritten gender signs and they just wanted to find out what was going on with that. And yeah, so um, anyway, in the comments, someone was all like, "Oh, it's because there were some male workmen because we had some construction going on. A male workman was found repeatedly using the toilets that were designed for girls, and so someone pointed out, well, how can you be sure they were male? Maybe they identified as female." And this person was like, "I'm old enough to know whether someone's trans or not." And there, it turns out this little fucker is one of the new ones who's joined my trans group, and it's like, anyway, and they just kept coming up with like really homophobic posts and shit. No, transphobic posts, sorry, and I know their whole attitude is pissing me off, but everyone has shot them down, being like, you can't just look at someone. Not all trans people have the luxury of passing, and there are a lot of trans people, who are trans women, and they're gonna look like men to you if you don't understand. Anyway, they just shit me off, but it turns out they've joined my group as well. So I'm keeping an eye on them, little fucker. But it's just really annoying. Like, they're the sort of people who, on Tumblr, they try to come up with their own like pronouns, and it's something like moon girl, sun boy, things like that. That's not a fucking pronoun, arsehole. God, you give us such a bad name. And yeah, I'm ranting. I'm never angry. Since I started T, I very rarely get angry. And waking up this morning and finding all this bullshit on Facebook, I'm over it. And if Facebook wasn't such a good way to like keep in touch with family and stuff, then I would probably just cancel it because I'm just over this bullshit. Anyway, so I really needed to vent. It's just, you know what I'm talking about. Like these people who make issues of things that aren't issues, and they're sure the whole world is out to get them, and it's like, no. Or like there was this one person on the group that I'm running, and they said that they went to the gender clinic in Hobart, and apparently because they're non-binary, and they were like, no one understands what non-binary is. I knew more about than these supposedly trained medical people. Okay, one, that's bullshit, because I know for a fact there are only 4 people at that clinic you deal with when you're trans, and all 4 of them have seen quite a few non-binary friends of mine, and they've been completely understanding. So obviously there's been a misunderstanding between this person and them. Anyway, so then they're suggesting, they're like, I'm looking at purchasing, estrogen on the black market or tea on the black market, because a few different people piped up then. Because the gender clinic is bullshit, and it's like, so now there are going to be these younger people going, oh, okay, so maybe you can do it illegally, and it's like, no, there's a reason that these like trained medical people have to do blood tests and stuff on you to make sure you're all good. And for the record, over here, it only takes like 6 months. So you go and see the doctor, then you go and see the psychiatrist, then you see the endocrinologist, and then you go back to the doctor for your script. And so it's not like you're waiting for a year or several years. And it just pisses me off that now they're sort of like, they're promoting the idea of going on hormones illegally, which can be really bad for your fucking health. And especially these younger people don't understand that if you take too much testosterone, it will just get converted back into estrogen anyway. So, anyway, that's my rant done. I'm just so pissed off. These kids annoy me seriously. They're the sort of the protester type, as in like I go to protests and stuff, but these are the sort of ones who get around with their fucking, you know, I'm not even going there. I'm just so pissed off right now. It's insane. But thanks for letting me vent.